set it off. Go to Vegas, bet it all. Put it on the Bucs win, whoever they gon' play gon' fall. Don't say I ain't told y'all. Loose cannons gon' fold y'all. Yeah, the Heat be 9-3, but it gets real cold in the fall. That's when the season start. Bucs come in 40 hard. Win after win, ripping the division apart. Panthers, they pussycats. Falcons got bird flu. Take the Ravens and Dolphins and open up a zoo. Cause one thing's for sure, better than the Bucs, they show lane. And every day in Tampa Bay, we say fuck the Saints. We in Tampa Bay, baby. 813 going crazy. Tampa, boy. This Bucs podcast be the greatest. Loose cannons blasting on them haters. And we in Tampa Bay, baby. Tell them where you from. 813 going crazy. Yeah. This Bucs podcast be the greatest. Loose cannons blasting on them haters. Now when I say the loose cannons, what? Do you know what I mean? I'm talking Bobby Latte, Stank Bastard, and Samurai Lee. You ain't never seen no hurt before. No podcast like this. These boys are into...
What is up, Bucs Nation? It is Thursday. Sorry, I have way too many things on my screen. It is Thursday, December 19th, 2024, and you're watching the Loose Cannons podcast. I'm your host, the Samurai Ali, joined by my extremely pale intern, Stank Bastard, and of course, as always, from the closet, intern Izzy. Stank, before I forget,
Samurai.
Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button, because if I don't say it now, intern Izzy, who's absolutely terrible at his job, is not going to mention it at all. And if you want to be part of the show and get your chat read, because we have way too much stuff going on, a super chat is your route to do that. Drop $1, whatever. We will read your comment and probably respond to it in a rather condescending tone, because that's what we do. Also, you'll notice that we have our elf back on stage here, folks. He's down at the bottom of your screen. We got a little festive with some lights. Stanker, Sunday Night Football is upon us. Sunday Night Football is upon us. I believe it's the third attempt this year to win on prime time. Dallas Cowboys, Jerry World. Speaking of which, Jerry Jones will be joining the show via phone later on tonight, so you guys definitely want to stick around for that. We're going to get to interview the general manager and president and a crude oil aficionado as I am. So that's really going to be a big deal for me, Stan.
The elf looks a little bit like Izzy, if you really think about it.
Hold on, let me see.
Bad eyesight, I don't know. He's just missing the.
He's got a lazy eye. He's got a lazy eye.
Yeah, he does.
He's actually looking at the camera.
Except that elf he has an eye patch on and I don't.
I mean, you could wear an eye patch. We could argue that you probably left many an eye doctor appointment with some sort of patch on your face, right?
Yeah.
Come on, Izzy.
Hey, Izzy, okay. You were that baby with the eye patch. Be honest, where you can let it out right here. It's a safe space.
Actually, no, I wasn't, but it took a minute for people to understand that I needed glasses. Let's just leave it at that.
So you're just bumping into walls and shit?
Like, there's something off with this one. There's something off with this one. I don't know what it is.
No, actually, I went to an NBA game, couldn't see what the heck was going on. Everything was blurry and fuzzy, and then went to the eye doctor, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he's blind and he needs help."
I guess the eyes pointing in different directions just wasn't enough of a red flag there.
Funny enough, it was actually the left eye that was lazy, and then it switched over to the right. I'm trying to get it to train straight, but again, it doesn't want to do its job.
Listen, I had the same problem with Stank. I've been trying to get Stank to work straight, to not be late, but he's just a lazy. That's why he's still an intern on this show. Stank, how long you been on here?
I'm the originator of the show, actually. So I guess since before it was even the show, I was here. People are saying the music's theme.
Oh yeah. I'm doing that. Don't worry. I know.
You're just doing it to piss off Michael Wayne.
All right.
Really does not appreciate that.
He hates it.
Bro, oh my god.
Hates it. All right. Let's jump into this, man. The Bucs are going to Dallas. Sunday Night Football. It's a big matchup only because it's bright lights, it's Jerry World, it's the whole thing, that beautiful stadium. I hate saying that, but it is a beautiful stadium. We've been there. It was awesome. But Stank will start up front as we always do. Another big-time pass rusher for Tristan and Luke. But as we have learned, because this has come up seemingly every single week, we face a premier pass rusher or two. Not a big deal. Again, business as usual for, I think, 2 top 5 tackles in the NFL, the best left tackle in the NFL, and I think a top 5 right tackle in Luke Gedeke. Combined, these guys are ridiculously good. I mean, we could go through the stats of all the guys they face, and they just don't give up sacks to these premier pass rushers. They just don't. Yeah. But Micah Parsons is a little bit of a beast and a monster, has a, the skill set and the dog in him to be a game wrecker, and you cannot allow that to happen. I'm pretty confident, as I'm sure you are, that Luke and Tristan are up to the task.
Yeah. More than confident. I think we run the ball down their throats anyways, and that's the best way to, pour water on their pass rush, especially a guy like Micah. He'll probably still get his because he's that fucking good. He's elite. We have probably the best set of tackles in the NFL. He's easily, maybe outside of Garrett, the best pass rusher in the league and has been for quite a while. So, let's just not allow him the advantage of getting a jump on our guys by just pounding the fucking ball. Just pound them and pound them and pound them and pound them. They've actually won 3 out of their last 4. So they'll probably come into this game with a little bit of confidence. And the way to get rid of somebody's confidence, as you know, Sammer, is abuse.
Abuse,
right?
The best
abuse.
Way.
Yeah, it's well documented. Just abuse the living shit out of them. Luke is now being recognized as one of the best tackles in the league. He's going to get paid as one of the best tackles in the league. He's got some screws loose. I love the guy. He's kind of like Red a little bit. He's just an insane dude, and he loves to abuse, clearly. So I'm excited for the matchup. Usually I have my dick energy is low at this time of year. But 4 straight wins will do a lot for that. It's like, in a weird way, it's like the blue pill, which I've never had to take, by the way, but I've heard good things about those blue pills. 4 straight wins, man. All right. I'm fucking,
you got blue pill energy, is what you're telling me.
I've got blue pill energy, so much so that when you posted that incredible photo, or piece of art, should I call it?
That Baker fire
with the fucking the fucking hat on, or the cowboy hat.
See the fuck you eyes he's giving everyone too.
Damn.
Yeah, dude.
It got me a little excited. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, that's what happens when you take 4 straight blue pills. I mean, that's gonna probably be one of those, like, consult the doctor if you've had an erection for more than 4 hours. That type of scenario. We've had an erection for more than 4 weeks, if we're being honest right now. And last week's was, wow. I mean, doing what we did to that number 1 scoring defense of the Chargers, man, holy shit. Yeah, I'm with you, Stank. He doesn't tend to play really well against good offensive tackles. And now that we have 2 of those guys, and I think we have a really good offensive line in general, regardless, we're going to make it a very frustrating and long day for Micah. We also don't have a lot of long developing, pass routes to where he's going to really get too many opportunities to get to the passer. So it's going to be a frustrating day. He's going to be rushing, balls out, turn around, go get it. Rushing, maybe get stymied at the line of scrimmage. He's going to get chipped. They're going to do everything that you're supposed to do against a guy like this. You just can't let him get off because he can wreck a game and he can get everyone else energized. He's like the Mike Allstott, that side of the ball. Yeah. But again, we've seen this week in and week out. It seems like the Bucs always face a premier edge rusher, which seems like we're the only team that doesn't have one, honestly. And they just step up and they take care of business. It's like,
well, we've got the inside talent. That guy is the outside talent, probably future Hall of Famer. Speaking of Hall of Famer, our Hall of Famer, the guy, I think he's the first one to get whatever kind of jacket we give out on this show. I think he put his dick on the table and he donated. Did you see that super chat come across?
Yeah. B-Shuck with $10 on the board. He's actually supporting you, Stank. But Stank works so hard on the road games.
I do.
And I actually want to jump in real quick about
I'm
the
pretty
whole,
sure that's sarcasm.
Well,
I worked so hard. I'm the one out there shaking hands, kissing babies, protecting people from you. Ask Susan. I had to fucking almost punch Sam in the face.
I've kissed
Got a
plenty.
little mouthy.
I've kissed plenty of ladies and shaken plenty of babies. I don't even know what you're talking about
Yeah.
in these shows.
I'm the one out there keeping it all together. Oh, you put a bag together. Oh, no, thanks a lot, guys. I'm out there making sure everything's good, making sure I show up, that we have a facility.
You're
in
always,
there
you're
working the
definitely
street.
sampling the drinks. You're making sure nobody's getting poisoned, right?
Yeah.
I may have sampled some drinks, but that's okay. That's okay. How do you know if a bar is good unless you sample their drinks? You don't know.
You know what? Stank may have a point there, but I do want to jump in real quick because you guys were talking about pounding the rock down their throats. And according to ESPN and whatnot, I'm looking at the stats right now. It seems like the Dallas Cowboys, they have trouble stopping the run.
All right, stop.
Here comes some statistics.
You can't
Wait.
you can't
Watch
jump.
out.
You can't jump my topics.
What are you? Oh Lord!
Oh, I can't believe it. Like
I would
this is
never do
just-
that. I would never jump a topic.
You would never.
Amateur. That's amateur hour.
You would never.
Mm-mm.
How? I mean, again, every week, just
Yeah.
worse. And I don't even like. How
Every
is this?
show.
How is this?
Look what you did. Is he now we got bots?
We
because
got bots in here.
I blocked them. It's okay.
Thank you.
All right, let's move on.
Kelly Buck says I'm going rogue. I know. I'm just.
No.
I'm
Air
just.
Cecil,
I'm thinking
delete
ahead.
that comment. Delete that comment, Air Cecil, immediately.
Discount.
This
Sam.
guy's
Discount simmer down.
Yep.
Don't ever compare Izzy to me ever. If I had an illegitimate son, it would definitely. No offense, Izzy, but he would have two very functioning eyes. I'm just saying. All right. Next topic. All right. Last week we talked about Dean and we talked about McCollum. All right. This week we face CeeDee Lamb. All right. Not as big as Quentin Johnson, but still a bigger receiver. Everything runs through this guy for this offense, regardless of who the quarterback is. He's going to face every one of our corners, including Tyke Smith. So Dean, McCollum, Tyke Smith, they've all got to be ready for CeeDee Lamb, and they use him in multiple different ways. He's basically their Cooper Kupp / I mean, he's the guy that does everything for them, whether it's a handoff, whether it's a short screen pass to the wide receiver. He plays left side, right side. He plays in the slot. He is the guy for this offense. I think Tyke Smith is going to have a good day against him just because he's up to that kind of challenge. He's one of those dudes that challenges himself. But I think Dean and McCollum are going to match up really well against him. I think in a couple of matchups in the past, he's had okay games, but I don't remember if it was against Dean or if it was against Carlton Davis. But I like McCollum in this matchup a lot. And I'm, Stank, obviously, if we take away their number one weapon, their guy that they're going to go to, which I think we are capable of with those three guys there, it's going to be a pretty long day for the Cowboys, in my opinion, on offense.
Yeah. I mean, just continue to do what you did last week, which is disrupt the quarterback. This is Cooper Rush here. Okay. So, yeah, he's got maybe a little bit of mobility, but the way we attacked Bear, whoever that quarterback is for the LA Chargers, San Diego Chargers, whatever team, we need to do that to this no-name quarterback. I feel like this whole season has been a list of actually the worst B-grade quarterbacks that we've ever faced in the history of the league. Every week, it's just a new chump. Justin Herbert, is a guy, and he's hurt us before, but I don't know. It's just another guy this week. Another guy.
Everybody in the chat doesn't like my, I guess am I too mean to Izzy? Is that what everyone's trying to tell me here? I feel like I'm being pretty nice to the guy. Also,
me too.
I think
because normally it's me, Izzy. You've just now taken the role I typically have when Latte's in here. I'm in the closet. Okay. I'm gonna get smacked around. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I feel for you a little bit.
You know what?
I don't. Someone mentioned we won't fire him. Hard to fire an intern. I mean, he still does a good job getting us coffee. Sure, it spills half of it on the way out, but you know what? It's still, at least half a cup of coffee gets to the desk. Is he?
You know what, though? I'll take it. It's an opportunity to learn and grow. And hell, I mean, I'm having fun with it.
Yeah.
So I'll take it.
Yeah. The chat makes a good point. We still went on a losing streak despite facing absolutely trash can quarterbacks like the one that just got benched. That guy. If that guy played us every single week, he'd be one of the highest paid quarterbacks. Oh, that's right. He already is.
Yeah.
That's right. He already is. He already, if it wasn't for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Kirk Cousins' career wouldn't exist. You guys do realize, like, he'd be like RG3, had been retired or out of the league a long time ago.
He's had some good days against us, no matter what. We
gave him his original moment,
and then he had some good times against us with Minnesota as well. Yeah. Izzy, do you have any stats on CeeDee Lamb playing the Bucs the last few years?
Oh God.
Actually, no, I haven't pulled those up yet. Do you want me to
pull those up?
Yeah, figure out if you can. Yeah, figure out how that works.
All right, I will pull those up right now.
Stank, how you feeling about our secondary of the last couple weeks, man?
I mean, last week was a surprise, to be honest with you. You know, we got Ryan Neal, one of the Neil guys.
One of the Neal brothers was here, yeah.
The Neal brothers were back, and you know, I refused to even talk about the guy, and you know, he didn't shit down his leg, and somehow the hodgepodge of absolute, you know, guys off the street, Mayweather, Floyd Jr., Merriweather, all those guys out there, they played their role, and I suppose we're gonna get Mike Edwards back this week. So, you know, you gotta love what you saw last week. You gotta love it. They stood up. They played hard. Dean ended up holding on to a ball, which was a fucking surprise. And you know, that's we needed to get hot at the right moment. Remember when we got hot on the Super Bowl run?
Yeah, but
all of a sudden guys came out of the woodwork. Go ahead.
I think some of that Stank was we were able to get to the quarterback. That was kind of the recipe. That recipe last week, if Todd can somehow recreate that week in and week out, 6-man fronts, using Levante as the blitzer up the middle, having guys come in off the sides with the safety blitzes. He dropped Kalijah Cansey back a couple of times. You saw JTS dropping back. He's more athletic type of guy compared to Yaya in terms of coverage. He mixed it up, and then more importantly, the pre-snap and post-snap was different, which made their quarterback have to hesitate, regardless of the fact that he's playing zone. It was a different look every single time. He's actually getting into a little bit of creativity with that side of the ball, and he's rushing the quarterback. Once you do that, I think that's going to obviously help your secondary. And once that happened, they were able to go out there and make plays, and 27-0 in the second half against a guy like Herbert. When he's behind, you're thinking they're just going to try to, throw this ball all over the yard, and they did not have an opportunity. He was seemingly getting rushed at every moment he had the ball in his hands, which that's the recipe, I think, moving forward. Yeah. Face a guy like Cooper Rush. The guy has CeeDee Lamb. He wants to get the ball to him. That's all they want to try to do. You take that away by just getting to the quarterback quickly and just sitting on those routes. I wonder if they'll play more man to kind of take away some of those quick little wide receiver screens and those gadgety little ways that they get CeeDee the ball. And they run him on a lot of man beaters and crossers I'm curious how they're going to create traffic and kind of make it a little too busy for Rush back there.
Yeah, Rendax brings up a good point. The Chargers receiving core, it wasn't scary. They got one guy. It wasn't like we were facing some kind of formidable passing run and gun type offense. Really, we matched up well with them. They tried to play big boy ball against us, and then once we got the lead, they really had no answer. Mike McCarthy's a much better offensive play caller, and
regardless, though, Todd did something which he hasn't done in a while, which is pre and post snap, which changing the 6-man front was a major thing. If you're sending 6 on 5, it's a different ball game. 5-man pressures, most of the guys in the NFL, just eventually you can stop it. You're prepared for it, but he mixed it up, man. Give him credit. He mixed it up. We've seen much lesser wide receiving cores get wide open. I mean, the Carolina Panthers, I can't name a single person other than Thielen, and I thought he was almost retired. I thought he was kind of crippled at some point in his career. Somehow he's out there making plays against us. They're not better than what the Chargers can do, and yet they were able to get wide open. So things have changed over time.
Well, it's because Dime Piece Dave, he knows this defense. Maybe. I don't know. That performance against the Panthers made absolutely no fucking sense to me. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Izzy, you have something to add?
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, before I forget, let me go ahead and get this out the way. To everybody out there, please like and subscribe. And also super chats if you want your comments read on air for everybody to see and for us to even comment as well. Donate your money. Helps us out a lot. Second off, CeeDee Lamb, their best player on the other side. I did find some interesting stats. In the 2 times that he has played the Buccaneers, he has 9 catches for 133 yards, and he has scored just 1 touchdown.
What's
in
the
those 2
what's the
games.
math there on those 9 for 130?
So in 21, when they played at Tampa, he had 7 receptions off of 15 targets for 104 yards. That was his lone touchdown game. In the second game in 22, he had 2 receptions off of 11 targets for just 29 yards.
Oh, wow. Okay, so pretty good. Folks are doing pretty good against CeeDee Lamb. See that? Look at that. Everybody in the chat, throw some W's in the chat. Izzy just finally hit his first single, and that was a dinger.
That was your best intern moment.
Yeah.
Of the what 5 or 6 shows you've been on here now.
Yeah, like if we're doing a highlight reel, obviously we only got one, but that would be the highlight for the highlight reel. W's in the chat for the man. Izzy in the closet, pulling off his first successful.
Izzy, are
intern moment.
you ready? Are you ready? Have you been like rehearsing your in the closet performance? That's what I need.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
Oh,
actually, you know what? No. Actually, no. I
forget.
actually did listen to the song to get familiar with it, and I listened to Sammer's favorite one. Cracked up the entire time because I'm like, there's no way that R. Kelly made this track and was in a stable mind to do this.
Hey, you gotta watch. You gotta watch the video that goes with the whole thing. It's a movie.
There's a whole video. Man.
There's a movie.
There's a full on movie. Oh dear,
yeah,
good.
I think it's like an hour's worth of one song.
It's awesome.
Yikes!
It is.
And if you do, if you don't do well, if you don't do well, we're gonna make you do the full hour every single episode. You got to do.
Bro, you can't do that to me.
I mean, you're our intern, so yeah. That or you could shit fire for in the forest. It's up to you, man. You can shit fire in the forest. It's up to you.
See, the hot chip challenge, it just screams death and no.
Yeah.
Death to your intestinal tract.
I might feel bad if we kill our first show intern. So, or it might not. Yeah. We don't know. We don't know until it happens.
Like that would be the first intern to die. Okay.
On air. Stank.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Stop.
That makes sense.
Enough.
Yeah.
Let's move on before we get some, letters from attorneys. Bucs offense. Kind of talked a little bit about their side of the ball. We talked a little bit about our offensive line. Now it's Bucs offense versus Cowboys defense. Listen, they are not a good team on defense, man. They have some good collective pieces individually, but as a collection of a defense themselves, they are just not good. They are just not efficient. It should be another fun day for Baker, another fun day for Liam, another fun day for Rashad and Bucky. I mean, look at these stats, man. These guys are the NFL's 30th ranked scoring defense. We just scored 40 on the first ranked scoring defense. They're 0-8 when allowing 27 points or more. The Bucs have scored 27 points or more 8 times this season. We are 6-2 in those games. And they've surrendered 27.1 points per game. So it's like, everything's going to have to work in our favor. They are also the NFL's 29th ranked rush defense. We've run the ball for, I believe we're averaging a little bit over 200 yards over the last 5 weeks, which is insane. They are giving up 136 per game, and they are the NFL's 32nd ranked red zone defense. We are one of the best red zone offenses in the NFL. The Bucs have seemingly everything pointing in the right direction, Stank. It is a primetime game, though, so you never know what happens. Nothing is a guarantee, but it is set up for the Bucs to have a fun and efficient, possibly another 40-point game against a defense that is struggling without their top corners, without the Diggs brothers. So they are not in a position to stop the Bucs unless the Bucs stop themselves. But I foresee a very good day by Baker and the guys.
Yeah, I do too. Again, I think this offense, one of the best running offenses in the league, and it starts with the run game. I don't see them slowing this run game down. Be shocked if they do. And if they do, I think that our passing game is formidable enough, especially that they're missing Diggs. They just lost one of their best pass rushers too. On paper, it looks like we're going to steamroll this team, which was why it makes me slightly nervous because it is a primetime game. It's still football. Ball bounces in mysterious ways. Are we going to get good Baker or bad Baker? He's on primetime. Is he going to be full of himself and out there trying to be, superhero, or is he going to play within this in his skill set and do what he does best, which is use his feet, extend plays. Hopefully we see good Baker. Honestly, this team needs to continue this steamrolling of lesser opponents, and we can't afford to lose. It's crazy as it sounds. This is still a must-win game.
So funny enough, Stank, at home, the Cowboys this season are 1-6. They are at one point, them and the Giants are the only two teams not to win at home. Funny enough, they win their one game against the Giants at home. And Baker has had himself quite a few days in that stadium, even going back to high school. How has Baker fared at AT&T Stadium with Jerry Jones watching?
So the last professional game that he's played was with the Browns back in 2020. He went 19 of 30 for 165 yards. He did have 2 touchdowns on the day, no interceptions, a completion percentage of 63.3%. And he had a QBR of 100.
But
he came out with a win. He came out with a win. And granted, that was early in the season before he caught fire. But his lone game, he came out with a dub.
What about when he was in high school winning championships in that stadium?
Ooh. Can I go back that way? I needed.
Oh my God! I set you up perfectly.
Hey, look.
Okay.
I brought back his professional game back when he first started when he was playing in the NFL. That was the playoff year back in 2020. But I could divvy up something real quickly. Believe me,
he's done well.
I got you.
I believe he won a state championship there.
He did.
In high school. I believe he's had himself some fun games there as well in college. So he is not a stranger to AT&T Stadium. He plays well there. I think he's looking forward to going back there. It feels at home for him. And again, it's prime time. I feel like, Stank, we have that prime time thing, that Bucs PTSD, but I feel like Baker is not one of the guys that struggles in those games. I feel like he really likes the bright lights. It's just been kind of circumstance or bad luck here and there.
According to B-Shuck, he's 0-8 in prime time, which can't be true because the game where he had one day to learn the Rams offense, he came back and beat the Raiders. That was a prime time game. So, he hasn't played on the best teams either, and it is a team game, wins and losses. But yeah, we know he's capable, but we also know he's capable of looking like shit at times too. So again, I don't want to throw the negativity out there, but he needs to be on point and he needs to have his best games, continuing, the stretch of, limiting those turnovers. He had another not great turnover last game, still ended up winning NFC Player of the Week. So that was,
I think that was one of those, he just threw the ball bad. I don't think it was a bad decision because Mike was open. I just think he threw it behind him and just one of those, damn it, man. And then the one he threw up is a 50-50 ball that Mike saved the interception on when he turned into DB. That was bad throw, bad decision, all of the above. But he doesn't have the Jameis Winston meltdown that we saw so often when Jameis was here in the primetime games. I feel like he lost the one against Atlanta. He played ridiculously well in that game on Thursday Night Football. Was nothing to blame on him. That was a loss. I think the Ravens game, I believe I can't remember if he had.
I don't think he had. I think he had one turnover in that game.
Yeah, I don't think he was the reason we lost that game. I think it was more on the defensive side of things.
We'll just go back to last season. Yeah. We beat the Eagles here in the playoffs. We go to Detroit. He had a bad pick in that game, but overall played his fucking ass off. And we nearly had a chance to win that game. So listen, I'm not questioning this guy. I think he's more than capable, especially against a down team like Dallas. We should win this football game. And end of discussion. We should and we need to win this football game. Atlanta just made a desperate move, right? They benched Cousins. They're putting all their chips on the table. They're trying to continue trying to get a spark and some momentum because they know every game that they're playing is a must win. And we can't give them the opportunity. We can't drop a game that's a winnable game. Because we play 2 division games after this and people are going to be like, oh, we should roll those teams too. But we know how we play against divisional opponents. We just saw Carolina and we're lucky as fuck to win that game. If not for Anthony Nelson with the miracle fucking strip. So listen, man, this game is winnable, but it's still the NFL. It's still any given fucking Sunday and they got to go out there and win the game. Nobody's going to give it to them. Like I said, Dallas has won 3 of 4 and they're not tanking for draft picks. So It's still
they're holding on to a very slim chance that they could kind of get into the playoff picture because they're technically in the hunt.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, McCarthy does know how to call offense. I think he's won, in the chess match between him and Todd Bowles. He's lost and he's won. And he's lost and he's won. So, he doesn't have Dak Prescott, who I think gives him the ultimate, efficiency in running the offense he wants to run. It's Cooper Rush regardless. But I think at the end of the day, Stank, their defense is more so the problem than it is on the offensive side. And we saw, I think the Chargers are a very capable offense if they're allowed to do what they like to do. The Cowboys offense has some pieces, but I think their defense is ultimately what really fucks a lot of their shit up.
Yeah. Sammer, how is Dr. Pless in the chat outdoing our own intern? Look, he just came up with that. Baker had 2 picks against the Ravens. That's something that our intern,
that's right.
We're out there throwing shit out. We're wrong all the time. Okay. Right?
He's right.
Take notes.
He pointed out, I forgot about the end zone pick after the Mike Evans in the end zone, the hamstring drop. That I forgot about that. That was a terrible. Yeah, he didn't have a great game. Good job, Pless. Pless operating better than our own intern. Do you have anything to add?
Unreal.
No.
Look at his face.
Nope.
We go to the closet and he's just like,
apparently Pless is coming out of here. Let's see. Hold on, wait. Bucs, wait. I want to highlight this one right here. Bucs should win.
Enough.
Wait.
We
got to give Pless his flowers. Let's give him that one. The Bucs should win. Score first, 8-1 when they do, and get 24 points or more. It should lead to a win. Cowboys, I don't think will be able to keep up. Bucs just need to stay aggressive.
Thanks, Izzy. I'm glad you can read.
It sounded worse when you read it.
Yeah, it sounded wrong.
Because I was trying to give him his flowers, but Sammer's like, "Nah, you got to do it on your own, kid." So
somehow you made Pless's take sound stupid,
unintelligent. It sounded unintelligent.
Well,
Dr. Pless just said you need some sleep, and when the doctor tells you need something, that's free advice. Okay. No, healthcare professionals, they used to charge a lot of money. I think they're a little scared now. Yeah. They should be, motherfuckers. You should be scared. Look, he just gave you free medical advice.
Let the intern get some sleep. Listen,
I think you,
2 hours a night is more than enough for my interns. All right. You stay out of it, Pless. This is not a workman's comp scenario here. All right. Or
Leprechaun said send Izzy to Dr. Pless's school for scoundrels. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, Dr. Pless has a school for scoundrels?
Yeah, dude.
And I'm just now finding out?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. You should you should look that up, man. But don't do it in incognito tab, by the way.
Bryce said you sound like Stephen Hawking.
Bryce, screw you.
Oh no, dude. That's
you need the vocoder on your microphone so it makes you sound like you're talking in Stephen Hawking's
Baker Mayfield scored 4 touchdowns.
Mayfield.
In Dallas last time they played.
Shout out to the Stephen Hawking reference. Wow, I didn't know I didn't know anybody in our chat even knew who that was.
Is he still alive? How is he alive?
He's dead as fuck, bro.
Oh, he's dead as fuck. He's probably still what if his robot is still going in his
for casket? Sure he probably is AI. Everybody's like, oh, AI is a new thing. No, it's just Stephen Hawking inside of a fucking computer.
These dumb humans forgot that I was still here, and here I am running ChatGPT. All right, listen, Izzy, you cannot speak for this next segment. We have special guest joining us tonight, folks. Okay, the owner, the general manager, a man who knows a little something about oil, knows a little bit something about business, knows a little bit of something about America. Okay, and he knows a little bit about Super Bowls. He just does. He's surrounded by a lot of money. He's got a lot of money. He's got a lot of women, which I appreciate. The Cowboys owner and general manager, the one, the only, Jerry Jones. Jerry, welcome to the show. How are you feeling tonight, man?
I'm glad to be here. I was told that this would be a phenomenal opportunity for me to come on and speak to the people about, the Dallas Cowboys. And I think that we're going to do that tonight. I'm glad to be here. How are you guys feeling? I appreciate you having me.
Hey, man, I can't believe you're back, Jerry. Nice of you to join us. It's an honor, honestly. It really is. I mean, I don't like you at all, and I disagree with pretty much everything you've ever done in your entire life. I know you're still pro segregation and all that stuff. So really, it's kind of like a black eye to have you on this episode. A black eye, I said, to have you on this episode. But go ahead, shoot.
I thought you said black guy, and I looked around and I didn't see any of them. So I thought he must be blind like the other one. Now, the one that let me in on the telephone line there, is he okay? Does he want one of those free passes to the game? I tend to give those out for the hospital kids. He looks like he might need some. Right? What's his name?
That's generous.
Is his name Edgar? Is that what you guys call him?
No, his name is Izzy. I think it's short for Israel. I don't know. What's your name for real, Izzy?
Am I allowed to talk now?
Oh, I guess so, because Jerry just asked you a question.
Yeah.
Oh, well, last name is a little hard to announce, so we'll leave it at that. And as for tickets, thank you, but no thank you, sir.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah, Izzy doesn't like you either, Jerry.
Bless his soul. I can tell that he's doing the best that he can. I appreciate that. Now, let's talk a little bit about the Dallas Cowboys, America's team.
Yeah, I was going to ask you actually, Jerry. Listen, last time you guys came to town, you guys gave us quite an ass whooping, okay? It was, I believe, Tom Brady's last game. He did not look good. Now we're coming to your house, okay? It's Sunday Night Football. You don't have Dak. You guys are, kind of having a pretty tough season. I don't think you like Mike too much, but how do you think this game's going to play out for your offense against the Bucs defense and Todd Bowles and sort of, your way of climbing back into this thing?
First of all, listen, I don't dislike Mike. I just think that maybe he has a couple cheeseburgers too much the day before the game, and I think that clogs his thinking process. But back to Dak, I think, if we had Dak Prescott the whole season, we'd probably have 50 wins by now. But if we're being honest and being realistic, it's a whole team thing, and we're doing the best that we can, and I think we're a playoff team. And listen, I talk to a lot of people, and they all say the same thing. They say, nobody wants to play the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs, and that's why we're trying the best to get into the playoffs. And this Sunday, I think that we're going to have probably the best game we've ever had. If you remember a guy named Emmitt Smith, I used to love him. He ran for a lot of yards, and he ran for a lot of touchdowns. And I think he's going to do something similar this Sunday at night in front of Chris Collinsworth, who, by the way, I don't give a fucking damn about. I think he talks too much, and he talks a lot of shit about Dak. And I love Dak. Dak's like a brother to me, right? And so I think that this Sunday, we're going to shut Chris's fucking mouth.
Wow. I did know you have it. I had it in you, Jerry, because everybody knows you're a giant piece of shit. If you could, you'd land your helicopter right on the team, so anyways, I don't know. This has been, it's been unexpected to have you on the show. And I think last time you were on, you were hated, and I still feel the same way. I don't like you. And I wish you'd never call back. We even had a donation that says you're like a shark and they'd like to jump you for some reason. So that doesn't sound good to me. And, I hope
here's the thing. I don't expect a lot of the people who listen to your show to even understand anything about my world. Okay. I can't tell you the last time I even spent anything less than $50,000. Okay. Now, Sarah, third of all, you can't. Yeah, you're gonna hate me because I love America, and America loves the Dallas Cowboys, and the Dallas Cowboys are America's team.
I've had enough. Izzy, figure out a way to get Jerry off the line.
Yes,
go fuck yourself.
Jerry, real quick. No, actually, listen. Sorry, Izzy, you need to shut up. Jerry, do you have a score prediction for us? Do you have, right now, all you've said is that you think the Dallas Cowboys are, one, going to play the best game they've ever played. Emmitt Smith's going to run for a lot of yardage. I don't know if you know this. Emmitt Smith hasn't played football in a little bit. And you haven't really given us, apparently you don't like Chris Collinsworth. when do you what's the score prediction for this Sunday? And then we'll let you go. I'm sure you have more important things to do up there in Dallas.
Like I said, we're going to score 50 points. And we're going to score 50 points because that's a big number in America. And the Dallas Cowboys and America are together. We love America. America loves us. And we're going to the Super Bowl. And then after that, I'm going to fire that fat fuck Mike because I'm sick of him eating cheeseburgers on the sidelines. All right, so the score is going to be 50-1. I don't see how y'all can even hang out with us. I appreciate you having me on, but I do have to go. I believe I have a couple of employees waiting for me downstairs about some sort of Christmas bonus. You believe these fools thinking I'm going to give goodbye.
Wow.
Jesus.
Wow.
Jesus. Wow.
Why did we give him even time?
That was at the end there was unbelievable, honestly. He thinks we're going to
Yikes, dude.
50-1. We wanted to ask him how we're going to get to 1 point, but he hung up. How do you
James Myers says, please, I can't look at that brown tooth anymore. I think that's really what the problem was. I was looking at that fucking tooth and it was looking back at me. That was a terrible segment. That was a terrible decision to let him on the show.
I mean,
that was awful. And
that's the last time I'm going to let Izzy book us a guest, honestly.
Yeah, Izzy. Listen, I know you were swinging for the fences.
I tried. I thought it would work out for the show, but apparently he decided to go way left field.
He wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
bro. Besides the fact that Jerry's World, they're 1-6. Like, that's not even Jerry's World. It's whoever comes into their house, whoever their house is.
I got what you were going there. I get what you're. Yeah, but
yeah. I'm just like,
listen, I know, Sam, you hate old people. Everybody on the show knows you hate old people. So I'm surprised, first of all, that you allow that old man to just ramble on like that for as long as you did.
Well, listen, he and I both have an affinity for crude oil, and so because of that, in the oil community, he's very well respected. He knows what he's doing. Okay, I have a ton of respect for what he's done out there. But yeah, as an old person, I absolutely don't like him.
Apparently, Leprechaun says that Taylor Swift on next week.
Yeah. Make sure you like and subscribe. Taylor Swift will be on this show.
Oh, wow. We're getting Taylor Swift?
We're getting Taylor Swift next week. So make sure you hit that little bell icon because you don't want to miss that show.
Never listen to any of her songs or music. I don't even know.
R. Kelly might be on the show tomorrow, actually. So you can't miss that either.
Speaking of tomorrow, we are doing the roast tomorrow. It is your opportunity to join us. It's a completely fan-driven show. You guys get to call in and give us your worst or best Bucs take. And also, if you don't want to do that, you can choose to roast Stank, myself, or Izzy, or all three of us. It's up to you. But after every single phone call, we will be talking to you and asking you some questions, and we will be giving it back. And the best calls will win merch from our Loose Cannons merch website. A ton of cool shit on there. The Victory Monday t-shirts.
I'm giving this away tomorrow.
And Stank's giving away a signed Brad Johnson jersey. So there's going to be some cool stuff going on tomorrow night. Now let's end the show with our final segment.
Wait, Leprechaun says $100. It doesn't happen. You know what? You know my Venmo, Leprechaun. I'm gonna ask for it tomorrow. I'm gonna be drinking. I'm gonna have cocktails. It's a little bit later show. It's gonna be around 8 p.m. ish, and we're gonna get loose in here. Somebody's been trying to roast me the entire show. Some guy with Christ in his name. Call in,
Christ.
Yeah,
I am
Jesus.
so ready for
call
this.
in, Jesus.
I dare you to call in, Christ. I dare you.
Yeah.
All right, Stank.
This has been a terrible show.
It's been a pretty good show, actually. Let's go to our keys to the game for the Bucs to win, Stank, and of course your score prediction, and maybe a bold take or two if you have any. We'll go to your keys to the game right at the top, man. Go ahead.
I mean, the first game is you gotta stop Micah Parsons, right? That's it. That's really the only key. You made me give you other keys, but I don't really need to go into depth in regards to it. Do whatever you have to stop Micah Parsons. That's really it. We've got 11 guys. He's only one person. So whatever you got to do, put Keith on him. I don't care. Whatever you do, just stop that guy and beat him up. Okay. So that's my first key to victory. Second key to victory. Are we ready for that?
Yeah.
Silence of the Lamb. Okay. You need to silence that guy, right? Follow him all over the field. Don't let that guy hurt you. Don't let their tight ends hurt us, obviously. But yeah, we got to silence that lamb. It's been part of the rules of the week. No lambs. Nothing about a lamb. I don't want to talk about lambs. I'm talking about a lamb right now. I shouldn't be, because we should all be silent when it comes to that. So that guy, shut him down. Okay. Should be pretty easy to shut that guy down. And finally, Uncle Rico Dowdle. I think that's his last name, right?
Yep.
That's his name. He's averaging 5 yards a carry. I think he's been over 100 rushing yards in the last 4 or 5 weeks. Don't let some guy that nobody ever heard of before, right, run over us. I would rather Ezekiel Elliott run all over us than that guy. I would rather see Ezekiel Elliott jump into the March of Dimes barrel again, which has obviously hurt me because I'm still holding on to that memory, which honestly was like 3 years ago when that happened, 3 or 4 years ago, because the memory came up on Facebook for me. Yes, I'm old and I still check Facebook occasionally. And I was sitting in a hotel bar in Dominican Republic, and I got to witness that game where that dude jumped into the barrel. It hurt me. The game we needed to win. All right. Yeah, shut down Rico, shut down Zeke, and just another dick on the table performance.
Score.
That's what we need. Score prediction. Dude, I've been all over the place this year with my score predictions. Some weeks I'm feeling like a blowout. Some weeks I feel like it's going to be really close. And this one, even though we should blow this team out, I feel like it's going to be a fucking nail biter for no reason. It's going to come down to the last minute of the game, right? Chasse, who knows that we call him Chasse. If y'all saw that clip, because now he's calling himself Chasse. It's going to come down to a Chasse, kicker 2 or 3 or 4. Bucs 31, Cowboys 12.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Really good score.
Yeah,
pretty good keys. You know what I noticed? We've never asked Izzy for a key or a score prediction.
Well, you can't start now.
We won't.
Okay?
We won't be.
We're on a 4-game win streak.
Yeah, we're gonna continue to ride what we've been doing. Absolutely, Stink. I agree.
You asked me for a score prediction last week.
Yeah, and I cut you off. Remember?
I don't believe you.
No. I said 35-17, and we scored 5 more.
You're pretty bad at anything you've done on this show. So let's not pretend like you can just.
You gave me
You can't remember.
Oh wow.
We're getting to him, Stank. We're finally breaking him down.
Just made my cigar go out. We're
finally breaking him. All right.
Bad that was.
Listen. I'm going to give you one more chance, Izzy, with the score prediction this week. But I'll go to my keys of the game. My first key, man. Let's lean on the run game. We haven't talked too much about it tonight. It feels like it's kind of just given now. We've run the ball ridiculously well throughout the season, 4th in the league, and we've been pretty much unstoppable since coming out of the bye. I believe we run for 200 yards in this game. Honestly, we're playing a pretty bad rush defense. I don't think they have too much going for them on the defensive side of the ball, the Dallas Cowboys, and I think the Bucs will be able to put it on them. I think let's get that 25 plus type carry type of game, maybe more. Get Bucky going, get Rashad going, little Sean Tucker in there, and I think the Bucs will be able to get out of there, control the game, and be able to lean on that run game will go a long way to helping the pass game. My second key of the game is rush Cooper Rush. He's not a special quarterback. We saw it last week. The recipe was really simple. Get after Herbert, make him make his decisions quicker than he wants to, play a little bit of man, have those 6-man fronts, get really exotic post-snap, and just kind of, confuse this guy. Take away his comfort. And if you can do that and make these guys uncomfortable, doesn't matter what your last name is, you're not going to have a good game as a quarterback in the NFL. I think Todd Bowles starting to figure some of that stuff out with the limitations he has in terms of his personnel. We get Edwards back, so I think he'll be able to dial up some more of them Levante David blitzes that seem to always make it. And that'll be the third key second key. My third key, find Mike Evans. Find him early, find him often, find him throughout the entire fucking game. Get that man the ball. When he gets the ball, when he gets rolling, it opens up a lot of things for the offense. Obviously, they've kind of established Jalen McMillan on the other side to kind of take some things away to make it to where you cannot key in on Mike the entire time. But that just makes it easier for Mike. 11 targets last week. He was 9 of 11. 2 of them were bad Baker throws. It could have been 11 of 11. I'd love to see 10 plus targets from Mike Evans. I think great things happen. He will score. Let's get him over 100. I think he'll have over 150 yards again. They don't have the guys to contain this dude. And my score prediction, I've been pretty close on a lot of these the last couple weeks. I think the Bucs drop 34 points. They give up field goals. I think they give up no touchdowns in this game on national television. They gave up 5 field goals, Stank. That's 3 times 5 is 15. Bucs win 34-15. They run amok, okay, on this Dallas Cowboys defense. They have themselves some fun. And Jerry Jones is firing Mike McCarthy come Monday morning because he's going to be that embarrassed by the performance of his team on Sunday Night Football. Izzy, do you have a score prediction?
Buccaneers drop another 40 burger. This time in Jerry's world, we're going 49-14.
Whoa, 49.
Almost a 50 burger.
We're gonna drop a 40. We're gonna drop another 40 burger.
Bro, if we drop 49, you're gonna see the greatest sad Cowboy fan close-ups. They're just gonna continue to pan it, to the fat Cowboy fan with his hot girlfriend, and there's gonna be so many devastating because those fans, they take it very seriously and they hate losing, and they've done nothing but lose for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
Okay, since the 90s, they've sucked.
We saw them taking off jerseys in Dallas at the game. They just started taking off their jerseys. They had enough. They had enough. Listen, Stank, when my score prediction is really close to that of Dr. Pless's, something's good.
I saw that. I thought you actually copied his, honestly. So
no, graphics were pre-made. You saw that.
You've been known to steal a thing or two.
Wow.
From people. Yeah.
Wow. You calling me Jerry Jones right now?
Fuck Jerry Jones.
By the way,
I saw him on my screen a minute ago, and it fucking ruined my night. I saw stupid fucking Sean Payton on my screen.
You notice that Jerry completely ignored your segregation comment?
Just like I'm not going to go any further with that. Fuck
hey,
you.
Danny DeVito's back in the chat again.
Yeah, I know. Christ is not worthy is worthy. Sorry.
Christ is worthy. I'm not.
DeVito. Did you get your t-shirt yet? I don't care. How about that? I hope it never comes.
Yeah, why does he tell you?
I hope you never get it. Hope you never get it.
Danny DeVito, I'm going to message you and send you tracking info so you have your merch. You should wear it tomorrow when you call in.
Danny, dude, if you would stop moving from trailer park to trailer park, it would probably arrive at your door on time. How about that?
His name is Christ is worthy, I'm not. Is
that real? That's the name.
There's no way that's real.
It's
Christ
real.
is worthy, I'm not. And that's a picture of Jesus on the PFP.
I will make one comment in the chat there. 28-0 defensive domination by James Meyer.
Yeah, let me see. I want to see everybody else's score predictions in the chat before we close out this awful Loose Cannons show. This was a bad one.
Listen,
first and foremost, I'm not putting no respect on his name until he spells respect the right way.
You couldn't even say respect just now.
I know. That's how bad it is. That's how like. Ugh.
Wow. All right, listen. Make sure you guys hit the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. If you somehow made it through this episode and actually enjoyed it, and leave us a comment. Leave us a comment on your score prediction, your keys to the game. Give us a grade on Izzy. How do you think Izzy's doing currently from his closet position as closet show intern? I think he's doing terrible. But as his owner, as his
as his what?
Employer.
As his what?
I take
whoa, calm down, Jerry.
As his employer, I take a little bit of responsibility for that. We got to coach him better.
Good.
We got to execute better. We got to communicate better. I think at the end of the day, Izzy, you got to study better. You got to learn to read, man. This is really going to be an uphill struggle until you learn how to read. I thought we could kind of, Band-Aid that. Obviously not. Stank's been able to do it because I don't ask him to read. He just sits behind a microphone. Surprised he puts the shirt on correctly most of the time. But we have to figure out a way to teach you how to read, man.
Words are hard.
I don't know what that is. Is that like a? Was
that old people know how awesome this shirt is?
Is that a
old
dick?
People know?
What is that?
That is a big dick. Yes, it's a big old. It's a big old white dick.
We need to get Izzy a shirt that says 70 yards a pop.
Wow, you brought that. Yeah, that's gonna be a classic. Wait, Disney abled. I'm with Izzy. Fucking 50 burger, and Izzy is rolling, but still needs some laps. Hey, no.
Yeah. Hey, look. If you guys want Izzy to run a lap, make sure you pay attention when he's on the screen. As you see now, there are 3 emojis, and those emojis are basically how you can punish him for his terrible performances week in and week out. Give me that weird smiley face for 25 push-ups. Give me a poop emoji if you want to run a lap. And
I feel like running a lap is not feasible. You know, he'd have to record himself, but he could actually do like burpees on screen. Something terrible.
Whoa.
Yeah.
what do you mean you can't record a lap?
You're asking way too much.
What do you mean you can't
No.
record
You
a
know,
lap?
everybody loves burpees, bro. Everybody.
No, those are
That's so much fun.
deadly.
My
So much
favorite
fun.
thing, burpees and suicides in basketball. Those are my favorite. Absolutely. I couldn't wait for coach to say we're doing suicides. I just couldn't wait to do them, man. I would
Apparently,
do
Tope Daddy says Izzy equals poor man's stank.
that's pretty bad.
Is that a
Considering
Damn.
Is that a
Damn.
compliment for me?
feels like it'd be a
Apparently
compliment.
they're saying I'm like you, just the poor man's version.
I think it's a compliment. I think it's a compliment.
But I think your goatee and
I like
mustache,
that.
I think your chin hair and all that connect, right? Yeah, you have an okay beard. But you know, have you noticed,
What?
Izzy, that since I made you our intern, that your facial hair has gotten better?
My facial hair looks good. I even almost tried to fade it the other day. Look at that. Still won't
See,
grow in for some reason.
I go to the Hispanic barbershops now, and like they have gotten me.
Wait, it better. You don't just say barbershops on this show, okay? I know Latte hasn't been in the chair in a while because he's been at his barbershops and cleaning pools and delivering packages. If you know what I mean.
Izzy's
All right?
my favorite bagger at
You
Publix.
don't just throw out. You just don't throw out
Hold on,
random barbershops.
excuse me. Mudfish Matt, fuck you. Izzy is my favorite bagger at Publix. There is no
Shout out to
paper or
Headlines
plastic.
Barbershops.
If I'm bagging your groceries, sir, I'm making sure the eggs are on the bottom.
Hey, so
Wow.
actually, if you do that, it's better for the eggs. They won't break. Physics, Izzy. Come on, man. Dude, read a fucking book, dude.
No.
Holy
I'm gonna
shit.
put the eggs on the bottom, and then I'm gonna put the milk on top, and we'll see how that holds.
They disperse
Wow.
the weight. They won't break unless you throw
No,
the gallon of
rule
milk.
That sounds
the
personal.
rule of thumb
That
is you
sounds
always
personal.
put the eggs separate. You never put them in the same bag as the heavy stuff. So unless you want scrambled eggs at your house.
Jay says he can't wait to roast Stank tomorrow. Listen, it's your chance. It's your chance
I used to
call
bag
in.
groceries at Albertsons, and again, you got to be old to even know what Albertsons is. So, shout out to
Thank you.
Albertsons.
LC is calling me royalty. I appreciate that. And Jonas, calm down, please. Please calm
It's
down.
impossible.
Izzy equals gave Jameis some crab legs for Christmas. Izzy, were you the person who gave him the crab legs at that Publix?
No, sir. No, sir.
You can tell me off air if it was you. It's okay.
All right.
Hey, make sure you guys hit the like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new. Leave us a comment, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for the first ever Bucs fan roast call-in show where you guys get to call in, you get to run the show, give us your Bucs takes, terrible or great, or roast us, and then we reciprocate and we give it right back to you. We're gonna
It's
make you
going
cry.
to be a complete Izzy roast. You already know that.
Yeah, it's
You
gonna
know
be
what,
fun.
though?
Izzy will be singing to start the show. We will be starting the show with an Izzy sing or a song. Izzy singing.
I'm still mad. I'm still mad at whoever suggested that R. Kelly song. I'm still mad at you.
It was Sammer.
Stank. Yeah, it was
No.
Stank and Mark.
Sammer said I could choose whatever song I wanted, and then somebody in the chat was like,
R. Kelly Trapped in the Closet.
by
And
R.
I read
Kelly,
it.
And I'm like,
Well, I
I'm
mean,
like, why? Why would
I
you
think
do
I
this
think
to
it was
me?
a great suggestion. Honestly, it makes sense. You're
I
in
do
the
too.
closet. You're in your parents' closet doing the show currently. I mean, it fits in a lot of ways, and
It
sure
does,
It
but
just
like,
works.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say this right now. R. Kelly is not in my vocal range, so if I butcher it, I apologize in advance.
Listen, Izzy, you could take it down an octave if you need to, man. You can take it up an octave. Depends on what you got going on.
yeah,
down
you can like completely customize it and just make it your own. Remix it.
I want you to take this as seriously as if you were on one of those singing
Yeah.
shows. I want you to really own the song. Make it your own. Make me think, man, he could have recorded this in the studio for himself and put it out and probably would have bombed. Like, I want to feel that. Okay.
I don't know if you know this, Izzy, because you're young, but R. Kelly was the remix king. Okay. Go ahead and put Ignition Remix on right now, as soon as the show is over, and you'll understand. Before he was remixing underage girls, he was remixing songs.
Whoa!
yeah.
Wow.
Just saying.
Okay, we're
Just
gonna
saying.
end it like this. Tope Daddy says, "I am Stank's shoe holder." That's impossible. He doesn't own
I don't
shoes.
know shoes.
Nailed it. That was a good one, Izzy. Hey, man. Second good intern moment for you right there. Quick-witted, correct response. Look at you, man. Izzy, you're coming along, man. You are coming along.
Intern Betty is better, obviously. But you know what? Fuck that bitch. Hope she's dead somewhere. Talk to her forever. Yeah.
We will see you guys tomorrow night. Go Bucs.
Bucks.
Go Bucs.
It's kickoff, set it off. Go to Vegas, bet it all. Put it on the Bucs win, whoever they gon' play gon' fall. Don't say I ain't told y'all. Loose cannons gon' fold y'all. Yeah, the Heat be 9-3, but it gets real cold in the fall. That's when the season start. Bucs come in 40 hard. Win after win, ripping the division apart. Panthers, they pussycats. Falcons got bird flu. Take the Ravens and Dolphins and open up a zoo. Cause one thing's for sure, better than the Bucs, they show lane. And every day in Tampa Bay, we say fuck the Saints. We in Tampa, baby.